Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today I have a really quick pattern for you. It's a crochet pattern, and this is for making pride blankets. So they look like the flag, but you can actually snuggle under them, and they're nice and warm and bright, and I really love them. And my model here also loved them so much so that she tried to run into the woods with them and be free. So let's just get into it. Okay, we have a cat in the way, but this is gonna be how this works. Okay, so stop it. To make a pride blanket, all you need to know is how to do the chain and double crochet stitch, how to use a calculator, change colors, and weave in your ends. That's literally all you need to know how to do. So the first step is you're gonna pick your flag. So for example, if you wanna make a standard rainbow blanket, that has 6 stripes. So our first number that we're gonna write down is 6, and the pattern has a space for you to write that. If you want to write it down, you could probably write it on a separate piece of paper like I'm doing. But yeah, pick your flag, count the number of stripes, and write it down. Okay, now what you're going to need to do is find how long you want your flag to be. So basically what I do every single time I make one of these blankets, I have a single/twin bed, and I just chain the length. So like the length is this length. I never know how to spell that. Length is this way, width is this way. So if your head goes up here on the short side, that's the width, this is the length. The length is basically, if your body is on the bed, the length covers your body this way. So you're gonna need to find the length of your bed. So as an example, I'll pretend that mine was like, what? I don't know how big a bed is, like 6 feet maybe. And then you're going to make a chain that is that length long. Just chain until you reach the length you want. Now you need to measure the width of this. So I'm gonna just pretend this is 3 feet. And you have to write this number down. So the 6 is the number of stripes, and the 3 is the width. And I actually suggest doing this in inches or centimeters rather than feet, because your rows are going to add up to inches more than feet, and if you divide feet later on, you're going to get weird decimals, and that's no fun. So onto the dividing. You're going to divide your width measurement. So if it was 3 feet, I'm going to change that to 36 inches because that's the smaller measurement that we want to use. You're going to divide this, so 36 divided by the number of stripes that we have. So I have 6 stripes, and then the number we get is 6, right? So we are going to end up with 6 inches per stripe on our flag blanket. So what you're basically going to do is just double crochet until you get 6 inches of width. So like your piece will look like this. It'll be the length, and then over here we want to get it as close to 6 inches as possible. If you have less than 6 inches, I advise just adding another row, because it's better to have a wider blanket than a too thin blanket, if that makes sense. But you don't have to get it exactly perfect. That's like just the ballpark range that we want to get. And for this method for making these blankets, I always include the chain 2 at the end of the row as a double crochet. I don't count my stitches when I make these because it's a pretty simple pattern. It's just a rectangle, so I just make sure I don't miss a stitch. But you can count them if you want to. So once you have your work made to this dimension that you've made with all your math, you are going to cut your yarn and tie in the end. You can crochet over the ends, and that's what I prefer to do, but if you only know how to sew them in, you can do that. It won't affect the end at all. And then what you're going to do is count the number of rows. So like this will have rows, right? We know this is 6 inches, so you need to find out how many rows you did for this. So just count that and then make a note of that. So let's pretend that I made 10 rows and that made 6 inches of work. Now I know that I need to do 10 rows for each color, and that way all my colors will be even and they will eventually add up, because 6 stripes of 10 rows each is going to add up to 36 inches, because that's how the math works. Okay, and you can make appliques. For example, I know there's a, oh god, this is horrible, there's a lipstick lesbian pride flag, there's a bear flag, and I think you could just make an applique, or probably you could look up like a lip applique or a bear paw applique if you want to make that. I don't currently have a pattern for that. I might in the future if you ask for it, but I'm a little crunched for time right now. I'm trying to film like a month's worth of videos ahead of time so I can go on vacation. But yeah, so this is just a short video that I'm gonna make. I'll put some color in it again. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments or email me through my email on my Ravelry page, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you like this pattern. I know a lot of people liked my last crochet pattern, so I wanted to do another one. This is more like a math video rather than the actual crocheting, but as you've seen in the beginning, the pride blankets turn out really beautiful and I love them. So I hope you like the one that you make, and I will see you in my next video. Alright, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and leave me a comment telling me what kind of flag you are going to make. And if you want to see more videos from me, you can hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends, because the more people we have to have fun with art, the better, right? I'll see you in my next video. Bye.